let's hop into some stuff for today. We have a new set announced that is definitely not Rarity Collection 3. Do not mistaken this for Rarity Collection 3. This one is Quarter Century Bonanza, which is very, very different from Rarity Collection. It is a completely different concept. I've seen mixed responses to this. But let's just quickly, because I also haven't read it in detail yet. Let's see what this is. Okay, Quarter Century Bonanza picks up where the Rarity Collection sets left off with a bunch of new twists. Get ready for a wild ride. Time for everyone to hit the jackpot. Quarter Century Bonanza picks up... Okay, that's the same text. Here's what's new. Quarter Century Bonanza packs are 5 cards per pack like the first Rarity Collection, but we've replaced one super rare in every pack with a guaranteed luxury secret rare. Platinum or Quarter Century. What is a luxury secret? Well, it's right here in the brackets. Luxury secret rares are the Platinums or the Quarter Centuries. So 5 cards per pack. One of them is a guaranteed Platinum or Quarter Century. Okay. That guaranteed luxury secret rare in each pack is from a special and separate 200 card nostalgia pool that is available only in this luxury secret rare slot and is independent from the standard 78 card set that's also in this pack. Quarter Century Bonanza is 2 sets in 1. Okay. I don't like this change personally for the following reason. Or basically what that means is you have a 78 card set that you can pull in like every rarity or whatever. I'm not sure. I'd have to check. But there's like 78 cards, and then so every pack has 5 cards, right? Every pack has 5 cards. 4 of those 5 are out of the 78 card set, and then the 5th one is from a separate pool of 200 cards. And that 5th card is always a Quarter Century or a Platinum. My problem with that is that the way I understand it, those 200 cards are not available in the other rarities, which to me personally was one of the main selling points, or one of the coolest things about the Rarity collections was the fact that you could choose whichever rarity was your favorite and just collect the cards in that rarity. Which is what I've done. For example, my favorite Rarity collection rarity was Collector's Rare. So I've gotten a lot of the staples in Collector's Rare because that was my favorite one. So I picked some staples, some hand traps up in that rarity, right? So, and what this tells me is those cards that are only available, those 200 cards that are only available in Quarter Century or Platinum, I cannot get those in Collector's Rares. Unless, no, those 200 cannot be part of the 78 card set because it's 200. The 200 cannot be part of the 78. That's too many cards, right? So that means if there's a card within those 200 card nostalgia pool that I want for my collection, but I didn't like Platinum or Quarter Century the most, then I can't get it in the rarity that I prefer, right? Which is, I guess, weird. In general, I don't really mind that certain cards are only available in certain rarities. I think that's whatever, kind of fine. But I wish... I guess it's a personal issue for me because I did not prefer the Platinum or Quarter Century in Rarity Collection. If you preferred Platinum or Quarter Century, then this doesn't matter for you because you can get the cards in that rarity. Okay, anyways. We're printing this 200 card nostalgia pool because Quarter Century secret rares are only here during the 25th anniversary, and we know that you have a lot of cards that you want to see as Quarter Century secret rares before that chance goes away forever. Okay, this does not personally affect me. I personally am not a huge fan of Quarter Century secret rares. I don't think they look that good, but I guess this is true. For some reason, they want to print what they're saying is they want to print as many cards as possible in 25th anniversary in Quarter Century secret rare because that rarity is going to go away soon So they're gonna that's also probably why we're getting so many of these sets in a relatively short time span, is because they want to make use of quarter century secret rares. For me personally, this doesn't matter because I don't care for quarter centuries. I don't even know if I own one. I think I own a runic Sleipnir in quarter century. That might be the only quarter century I own. Actually, no, we pulled a Dark Armed Dragon in one of the sets and I kept it. But yeah, I don't particularly care for it. But if people do, I guess I get it. The last call for quarter century secret rares is coming. So let's kick everything into overdrive starting right now. So the funny thing about this... oh, I pulled Typhon. That's right. I pulled a Typhon in my opening packs. It's crazy that you guys remembered that, but I didn't. But yeah, I pulled a Typhon that I kept. The thing is... what's funny to me is the fact that they're saying like, hey, quarter century secret rare is not here forever, so we're printing a bunch of cards in quarter century secret rare. The irony of this statement is the fact that that quarter century celebration has been going for way too long already. Like, how long has quarter century celebration been? Like, what was the first set for quarter century secret rares? Like, I don't even remember. I feel like it's been a long time. Duelist Nexus? Okay, when was Duelist freaking Nexus? Like, at this point, that was like in the middle of 2023, I feel like. Last July. Yeah, it's been a year. We've been celebrating 25th anniversary for over a year. At this point, it's probably been 26th anniversary already. We've just like continued this thing for over a year, which is funny. But I guess their time really is running out. At some point, it's gonna get ridiculous. Like 25th anniversary celebration can't go on forever. So okay. We've never reprinted a card that has a quarter century secret rare version in that same rarity ever, and we're not going to start. This has kept some cards which have quarter century secret rare versions out of products like Rarity collections in the past. We're going to get around this by including cards in this pack that already have quarter century secret rare versions like Super Poly, Promethean Princess, and Diabellstar. We will just leave them out of the quarter century secret rare pool. Cards like these will still be available as Platinum Secrets, Prismatic Collectors, and Ultimate Rares, and Secret Ultra Supers. Okay. So basically what they're saying is we want to throw cards like this into sets like this, but we couldn't do it in Rarity Collection because in Rarity Collection, every card was in every rarity and we didn't want to print these as quarter centuries a second time, which that makes sense, I think. That is a good change. Like the fact that you're like saying, hey, we know some people have spent real money on like a quarter century Promethean Princess or a quarter century Diabellstars. And we are not going to reprint them as cheaper quarter centuries because they would look the exact same way, right? Like if they reprint Princess as a quarter century secret in Rarity Collection, it'd be the same looking card, just infinitely cheaper, right? Which would feel really bad, right? And people, mind you, people have already been complaining, as far as I know, about like certain reprints in Rarity Collection because they look too similar, for example, to Starlight rares, right? Which I personally don't think is true. I think quarter centuries look miles worse than Starlights, but that's a topic for a different discussion, I guess. But at least they're saying like, hey, your quarter century secret rares are not going to get reprinted as cheaper quarter century secret rares, which I guess is a nice bit of communication for people that own Promethean Princess in quarter century and we're wondering like, hey, is this ever gonna get a reprint in the same rarity? Now you know, I guess. Okay. So overall, I guess the way I understand this is that this is just Rarity Collection, but they've slightly changed the concept. Or I guess what is now for us to decide or for us to think about is it better or is it worse? Overall, to me, this sounds fine, and it just depends 100% on what kind of cards are in here, right? Because if, like, the concept here can be fine if the card quality is good enough, right? Like, if this, I think the main thing that's gonna matter is how good is the 78 card core set, because in each pack you're getting 5 cards, 4 of them are out of the 78 card sets. If all of the good cards are part of the 200 card nostalgia pool, or whatever they want to call it, and that's always the 5th card, like if only the 5th card is good, then I think the set is gonna be bad. But if the main 78 cards are bangers, so you get 4 meta staples or 4 banger cards in every pack, and then you get 1 cool quarter century or 1 cool prismatic secret, or whatever, platinum secret, that can be really good or can be kind of whatever, like I think that'd be a better set, right? Like if the 78 cards need to be nice, because those make up the majority of your pulls. In terms of the timing, my personal opinion on Rarity collections is that they're great in general. I think every set that makes meta staples more accessible can't happen fast enough, in my opinion. I know some collectors are mad at Rarity collections. For me personally, from a player perspective and from someone who cares about the, like, I care about as many people as possible being able to play the game. I love Rarity collections because they make staples accessible. So I like this. I don't think this is too soon. Depending on what cards are in there, right? If there's not many cards in there that are good, then it's not going to be a great set. But in general, I think the concept of reprinting meta staples more frequently is good. But yeah, that's just me. Feel free to let me know what you think. We can discuss this for a little bit, but not for too long. I wanted to move on to some new cards, but like, what is your opinion on the concept? Like, how frequently would you guys like to see this style of product, right? Reprinting supposedly meta-relevant cards, like, you know, I don't think you can ever argue reprints are bad. I mean, the thing is, technically, like I said, I agree with you. I think everything that reprints cards is good because it makes the game more accessible. I will say, though, at least from a not personal standpoint, just not this is not my personal quote of like feeling, but I do think that collectors are important to Yu-Gi-Oh! Because they help sell product, right? It's not only the competitive player base that sells the product or buys the product, it's also collectors. And so I feel like you need to be careful with how often you reprint certain cards in certain rarities. Like, for example, the amount of quarter century secret rares that has been flooded onto the market is not something that I personally would have done. I feel like a concept like Rarity Collection could have still worked out without reprinting every single card in quarter century, especially the ones that were previously Starlight rares, for example. I feel like they didn't need to do that, right? Like, but yeah. I don't think we need reprint only sets that often, because at some point we don't need the 30th reprint of Forbidden Chalice. And I agree with you for that. There's always like a core in these sets that is like meta staples, but nothing too crazy, right? Like cards like Twin Twisters, Forbidden Chalice, the Pots that are not Prosperity, but like a couple of those cards, kind of like all-time solid Yu-Gi-Oh cards, like nothing that's currently expensive. Book of Moon, Book of Eclipse, all this kind of stuff, right? Eventually, they will have reprinted all of those, or enough of those, that you can't make another 100 card set with good reprints, right? But I genuinely do think the way this reads, they don't plan on making Rarity Collection type sets 3 times a year, or something like that. The way this reads is, we're doing this because we want to do more quarter century secret rares, but it's going to go away soon. So that's why we're cramming bunch of releases into this time span, right? I think in the future, if I had to personally predict what's gonna happen, I think in the future we're gonna get like maybe one of these sets per year, with a bunch of like meta relevant reprints, right? But that's my personal prediction. I don't think it's gonna continue at this pace because they're gonna run out of cards to reprint at this point. But okay, so that was the quarter century bonanza discussion. Just wanted to give you guys a quick update that this was announced yesterday and it's gonna come out November 7th. So in pretty much exactly 4 months from now is when this releases. And the only reprints so far that we know, I guess, is Super Poly, Promethean Princess, and Diabellstar, which are good reprints. Like especially Diabellstar. I guess it's not that expensive anymore, but it's solid. Do we know the price? I believe I didn't. It's not on this page, but I think it was 5 cards per pack, and the packs were $5.99. So it's less cards per pack than Rarity Collection 2, but it's also slightly cheaper. I don't know exactly where it's at in terms of the comparison, but it's closer to Rarity Collection 1 in terms of the pack size and the pricing.